Welcome, language enthusiasts. Learn from and with me, the English learner Daniel Goodson. Thanks for tuning in. Well, along with using an ebook as a learning resource, I also use the appertaining audiobook, especially if I want to focus on pronunciation. That is a very effective way you can use on your own, without the help of any other person. That way, it is easy to learn and remember pronunciation. At LibriVox.com, you get a vast amount of such audiobooks for free. My tip: read along while listening to the audio and your speaking skills will get to the next level. I'm too well aware that it is pretty easy to get intimidated by the length of an audiobook. I thought this when I listened to a novel with over 1,000 pages. Well, it mostly depends on the language level you currently have. To be more precise, listening to Stephen King's It. That audiobook really scares the hell out of you, but at the same time you will be thrilled about the story. Well, at least if you're the horror type. And in general, when it comes to train pronunciation, you should listen to little chunks from different audiobooks of different genre. This is important. Different genre. That allows you to learn different types of vocabulary. At any rate, learning from audiobooks is not everyone's cup of tea, I know that. You must be very dedicated if you really want to get the best out of it and still having fun. Besides that, depending on the narrator's voice, depending on many other factors, things could get rather boring after a while. Or you can't deal with the amount of difficult words, and finally, you won't be able to enjoy anymore. To be honest, there are plenty of things which can mess up your motivation. That's why, instead of using a traditional audiobook as a learning resource, you may consider using an audiobook in the format of an audio drama. And let me talk about the term audio drama first. Wikipedia mentions different terms when it comes to radio dramas, such as audio drama, audio play, radio theater, or audio theater, and in fact, it gets pretty easier in German. You can just say Hörspiel. And with no visual component, radio drama depends on dialogue, music and sound effects to help the listener imagine the characters and story. Depending on the quality, it is actually as you were listening to a movie with a blindfold. Thanks to advances in digital recording and internet distribution, radio drama was experiencing a revival in 2010.
The Nostromo self-destructed. Its crew was dead. The android, Ash, was destroyed. I was alone. All was quiet. Then I saw something move in the equipment bay. The creature had escaped with me into the Narcissus. Now, after wreaking carnage, it seemed to be resting. Lucky. By the time it woke up, I'd pressured up a suit and loaded the harpoon gun. I got to the egress panel just as it reached me. I blew the hatch, flushed it, harpooned it, and roasted it with the thrusters. Now I'm safe aboard the shuttle and ready for hypersleep. I've set a course for home and I've got the ship's cat with me. Amanda, if all you hear from me is this message, I took this job to give us a future. The company should hold my back pay in trust for you. If we're lucky, we'll spend it together. I love you. Mom.
These were the very first minutes of a fantastic audio play. and inspired by this audio drama named Alien Out of the Shadows by Tim Lebbon, which I'm currently listening to, I want to make audio drama tempting for you. I mean, as a learning resource. And by the way, if you are a German learner, I absolutely recommend you to purchase the audio drama called Das Kind, a misery psychothriller kind of. And the author's name is Sebastian Fitzek, and it was released back in 2012. That audiobook blew me away completely, even if I was not a thriller type, and I must say it gets a 9 out of 10 by me. Thumbs up. And I did a research on that, and in the meantime this audio drama is even available in English. If you have already listened to it, please give me your opinion about it. But now, let's dive into the question how you can learn from an audio drama. While listening to an audio drama, try to imitate the voice of the actors. Focus on intonation and pronunciation. There is more tense and drama compared with a traditional audiobook, and that is good for your language training. It will support you to get a grasp of the spoken language, and furthermore, you can then jot down interesting parts of a speech. This can be by hand, that is perfect. Then use this as a learning resource material. And then speak out loud short chunks or complete sentences. By the way, if you want to learn a bit more about pronunciation or intonation training, you may head back to the episode of my Fluent podcast called Listen and Repeat. I will give you a wrap up of this episode. In a nutshell, it all comes down to listening carefully, listening very focused, then repeating little chunks and listening again, preferably by recording yourself with a device. And this could be your mobile phone, for example. The sound quality these days is just amazing and is enough for your training. Or you could just start out your own podcast. Boom! And here you are. I mean, compare my very first episode, which I called My Speaking Journey Finally Begins, with this one and see if there is a difference. I produced, by the way, My Speaking Journey Finally Begins about 12 weeks ago. And it goes without saying, you should train on a regular basis to get your results. And I promise you, by doing so, you will definitely get better in your target language. It's just a matter of time. And bear in mind, sometimes less is more. I repeat, less is more. Focus on a few things, but master them very well. And that is actually something I struggle a lot, because I want to do too many things at the time, and that is not always a good thing. And just a quick note before finishing up here, don't forget to have fun while learning. Everything else is secondary. I'm your host, Daniel Goodson. Have a good one!
Lid opens. That's good.
She's alive.
Vitals look okay.
What's that?
Oh, get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off me! Get it...
Hey, easy now. Come on, puss, off you get.
Don't you understand what it is?
Yeah, you got a cat.
Dallas?
Dallas. Is in Texas?
Texas? What the fuck are you talking?
You've just woken from hypersleep. We found you, and your cat.
You found us? We're safe?
Well,
Not really that safe, to be honest.
You're not a rescue ship.
we thought you were the rescue ship when your computer locked onto us, that you'd answered our distress signal.
But it seems you're in as deep as we are.
Seddon, give her a chance.
Where did you pick me up?
Nowhere you'd want to be, that's for sure.
Your lifeboat is docked with the Marion, Deep Space Mining Orbital.